Hey everybody, welcome back to Hey Buck Outdoors. Today we're going to go over the top 5 fixed blades of 2023. So it'll be a fun video, stay tuned and let's dig on in. Moving into knife number 1, this is going to be the Joker Nomad. Again, no real criteria, but the only criteria for this video are knives that we actually reviewed here on the channel. So the Joker Nomad, awesome little bushcraft knife. Woodscraft knife, you know it. As you can see there, Bowler N695. Yep, made in España. I do have a little bit of rust on there I need to clean off, but beautiful walnut and micarta liner. Handle scales, full tang. It is pinned in there. I have not had any issues rather of them starting to work their way out. Finished handle, feels just great. Excellent fit and finish. You do have kind of like a little flat spot there in the pommel you can use to hammer in tent pegs or something else, or non-lethal strikes, God forbid. 90-degree spine, excellent jimping right back there. This is probably the best Woodscraft knife I have ever had. They go for about 100 to 150 bucks. Picked this one up on Amazon at the end of last year, actually. So, yep, that's number 1. I'm gonna show you the sheath real quick. So this is the excellent leather sheath. You do have a spot with your fire steel matching wood, and then some button snaps right there. Pretty wide belt loop, so you can fit most stuff in there. Awesome. Let's move. Going straight into number 2, this is the BPS Knives Adventure. Probably my most favorite knife that we tested this year. And this thing only goes for like $35 to $45 depending on where you can find it. Amazon's probably the best spot. But just real quick before we even get into the knife, look at that beautiful leather sheath. Definitely seen some use this year. Quite a bit of field experience. Excellent little fire steel right there. I do need to re-glue that on. It's coming off a little bit, but no bother. We'll take care of that. As you can see, the little embossed BPS Knives logo. Excellent stitching. Brass little rivet right there. No drainage hole, which is the only thing I wish they did have. Excellent belt loop as well as a dangler. Amazing full grain leather. Anyways, on to the knife. As you can see here, this is 1066 high carbon. Let's bring that up to the camera so you guys can see it. Made in the Ukraine. So obviously this one does have an excellent patina on it. It again has seen quite a bit of use. I need to go back in here and oil up the screws and whatnot. As you can see, it's kind of getting rusty, but beautiful knife. Not the best fit and finish, but overall for just a basic utility knife, I honestly can't complain. Beautiful size. This is probably like the ideal size of a camp knife for me. Scandi grind, I believe this is a true Scandi. I don't think there's a secondary edge on there, so you get the 0 degree. And you do have a 90-degree spine, obviously, for the fire steel right here. But yeah, for 45 bucks, this is probably one of the best utility knives on the market, especially if you like the classic design, the walnut handle scales, etc., etc. But yeah, that's number 2, and you guys seem to enjoy this video a lot. Again, all these knives do have full reviews. Check out in the channel feed. All right, moving on. Moving on to number 3, we have this custom Buck 119 that you guys like this video a decent bit. So, left-handed brown leather sheath, pretty good stitching. You got a good drainage hole. Overall, pretty good construction. A lot going on in this blade. So, 420 high carbon steel blade. You do have hollow grind, clip point design, kind of like a Bowie almost. Classic design, been around since the 60s. Not full tang, unfortunately, goes down to right here in the partial tang, but you do have brass and micarta, the blade guard right here as well as the pommel. Elk antler and walnut handle scales right there. Beautiful finger grooves, just fits ever so perfectly. You can hold on to this, you can reach up on the blade, get an extra good grip on there. But yeah, as you can see, I've got some oil on there. I did have an issue with rust on this. That's something you're going to run into with the high carbon stainless steels, but overall not too bad. Again, this was a Christmas gift last year, actually, so 2022. Beautiful knife. As you can see, the brass is starting to wear in a little bit, which is just amazing. But yeah, haven't used this one too much. Again, it is a really expensive knife, but I'd love to take this one out in the field more and get some more practical use with it and give you guys an updated opinion either later this year or maybe next year. Anyways, let's move on. So this blade, I have a bunch of oil on there, I do apologize, is the Gerber Strong Arm. I think this is probably one of the better knives if you know someone who's in the military, law enforcement, or again, if they're in the military and you want to get them a knife to go on deployment, something that's tactical and would be within their uniform regulations and whatnot. The Gerber Strong Arm is probably the best. Excellent full tank quality. You have like this rubberized reptilian skin grip on here, back here on the pommel glass breaker, as well as a lanyard hole. Do some non-lethal strikes with that. I believe this has a 90-degree spine. Made in America, I'm pretty sure. Yep, up there in Portland, Oregon. I'm pretty sure this example is made in 420 high carbon. However, I could be mistaken. As you can see, I've done some work on that blade. It holds its edge pretty well. Not the biggest fan, but you know, overall not too bad for just a basic tactical knife. Definitely good real estate. My God, is it grippy. You don't have to worry about this thing flying out of your hands at all. Definitely love the way it feels in my hand. And the sheath isn't too bad, it's pretty versatile. I carried this on my pack for quite a bit just to see how it did. Held on there very well. You can take this little dangle noodle here off and just let it hang on your pack with the MOLLE attachments. But it goes for around $80 to $90 now. I don't know if it's worth that, but you know, overall not terrible. It's number 4. Last but certainly not least, we have the Brisa Enzo Hiker 95 Scandi blade. See that Brisa LTD. I believe this one is made in Norway or Denmark, one of the two. I always get them confused. But essentially it's a Mora knife clone. I would actually say this surpasses the Mora Companion in quality. I mean, just look at the leather sheath to start with. Beautiful full grain leather rivet, drainage hole, excellent double stitching. Form's really nice. Again, you're gonna notice a common trend. I love these wide belt loops, especially with the dangler option, especially if you have a waist strap that can just dangle and don't really have to worry about that getting in your way. Moving on to the blade, very similar to the Mora. Barely any 90-degree spines if you're gonna try to throw sparks with this guy. I'd recommend probably something a little bit different. Rubberized handle. I love the fish scale design. I think that's pretty cool. Definitely unique compared to the Mora. You do have a lanyard hole here, so if you're going to be using this a lot and you're worried about dropping it, you really don't have to. You do have a cool little like swedge coming down there towards the front of the blade. Scandi grind as well. I've had this thing all year and I've used a bunch and I have not had to sharpen it yet. So the blade quality on this Sandvik 12C27, definitely no complaints there. Holds its edge really well, at least this particular example. Good finger groove, no jimping up there, but honestly no need for one. But yeah, an excellent blade. Okay, y'all, so that is the top 5 fixed blades of 2023. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment. Hopefully you enjoyed a video like this. Let me know which of these 5 would you personally choose or which you think is your favorite. Thank you guys so much for the view, and please have a fantastic day.